oh my goodness, I might actually get a pepper. So this morning I'm out here just cleaning things up in the garden. I'm gonna get ready to put some leaf mulch down, but I want to get all of the disease stuff cleaned out. This is what I've already got cleaned out. Most of this was mescaluna lettuce that bolted, and even before I bolted, I realized it was a little bit spicier than I had wanted. You can see I still have a couple of turnips growing in here. I just picked one. I'll show you that. There's some Malabar spinach right there. It had been getting too much shade from the surrounding items. Still got broccoli growing. I'm gonna leave it in. I don't know if it's getting enough light in this particular position, but we'll see. It was a later transplant, so we'll see. And it looks like some lettuce did pop up, so I'll leave that in and see how that goes. This zucchini plant is looking kind of rough, but I did just pull one zucchini off a nice size, and it looks like something had been eating that zucchini right there. And then I've got another one which I don't believe got pollinated, but we'll see. Overall, still growing. I see some more zucchinis on there, so that's good. I forget what that one is. I think that was a type of squash, but it doesn't have anything growing yet. Looks like it's taking quite a bit of damage. We haven't had a freeze yet, but we have gotten really close. Over here, not sure if you can see, but it looks like a zucchini down there, so I have to pull that out and see what it looks like. It's really moist up here, so I don't know how things are going. This is Weed City, and the beds, when I had them in the backyard last year, there weren't any weeds growing at all, and now I have this, so I'm not sure what to do about that. Got this tomato plant here, which is holding on. I'm not going to pull it today because it actually looks better than I expected. Now I will pull that one, as that's not looking too great. And this is a pumpkin, but it looks like let me get out of the shadow. It looks like possibly in the close to freeze. We didn't freeze, but close to freeze, it got damaged. It does have some new growth. We're supposed to have some really warm days over the next 2 weeks. Still not a freeze in sight for on the 10-day. So I might just leave that. But I am going to pull out just everything else. Now, we had a big windstorm, and this knocked over here, which had my bottle gourd and cucumber. I was ready to pull the bottle gourd anyway, so I'm not worried about that. And the cucumber really wasn't producing at this point either, so I'll be pulling that. There's a couple tomato plants in here that weren't doing well, so I'll pull those. Weed City. So this is in my lawn, and I did put cardboard down. Probably not enough. This is going to be a never-ending battle, so I'm hoping that if I clean it all out today, get some leaf mulch in there, maybe even put cardboard before I put the leaf mulch. I've got to add some more dirt into it. You can see it's really low down in the bed there. That's not even halfway. This is a 3-board side, and that goes up about a quarter of the way on the second board down there. So, yeah, so this looks like a hot mess. Over here is the strawberries, and somebody is attacking them, and they keep getting dug up. You can see this one is above the soil altogether. So I'm probably going to need to put something over the top of this so that the animals don't continue to get in here and get my strawberries. This is my first year doing strawberries, and they were looking great, but every time I come out, this bed is tore up. So I have some chicken wire, I don't know if you can see it right there, that I can probably put over top of it, figure that out somehow, and attach it up in here. I've got another broccoli right there, and I can see the start of a broccoli on the inside a little bit, so that's good. There was a watermelon over here, but it's past its time. I think there was another pumpkin, another cucumber, and nothing is really doing too well, so I'm going to be pulling all of this out pretty much and cleaning it up. So this is the garlic bed, and you can see it all looks like it's kind of in disarray right now. Something has definitely been digging into it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to have to find a way to prevent them. You can see down here they've gotten all the way down to the roots, which is kind of cool because the roots are growing really well. I may have planted this garlic a little bit early, but that's okay. It's growing well. I think I have about 28 pieces of garlic in this particular bed. So I'm going to be adding a little bit more soil and then adding some mulch as well. But I'm just out here cleaning up. Now before I get started with the cleanup, I do want to show you this lavender. This lavender hasn't really bloomed all summer. It bloomed at the beginning of in the spring. And all of a sudden we have one little tuft of blooming lavender. The bush looks great overall. There's a bunch of grass getting in there, so we need to get that cleaned out. It is massive. I think this is only the first or second year being in, and it is massive. So that's really exciting. Hopefully next year we get a nice bloom again. Alright, I've got the first bed cleaned out here, and I left like a ditch in the middle because I am going to be getting some leaf mulch, and I want to just kind of pour that in to the middle and then kind of mix it out with the soil and then add a layer on top of the soil. I may even add some cardboard to the top, but here you can see it's all clean. There's all the weeds from it. This stuff will not be going to the compost bin because there is some diseased leaf matter. Next up will be this bed. Alright, so I got all the beds cleaned out and ready for leaf mulch. That one again has the crater for the leaf mulch. This one I got all the grass out, but there was a bunch of clover and I don't know, we call it sweetgrass. I don't know what it actually is. It has only shallow roots, so I'm going to look it up and see. I think this might be a good ground cover to help bring nutrients back into the soil. So I left what was there of that. I cleaned up some of the leaves around this cabbage. It is starting to head up, so I'm hoping that we can actually get a cabbage out of that. We do have a tiny pumpkin growing on the vine, so that's the only thing left in here is the cabbage here, this tomato plant, and then this pumpkin. There is a broccoli right there, and there is another broccoli right here as well. Oh, and then we do have this zucchini, which I had to cut one off that was rotting. There's 2 zucchinis down in there, so they may come up. Over here, we already went through that one. Here, I just did this little chicken wire cage thing over top to hopefully deter the squirrels and stuff from getting in there, whatever was eating on it, and planted them back in there. Just add a little bit more soil right there, but nothing too major. So that is my fall cleanup. I'll be adding the leaf mulch, but I'm not sure when. And I did not do anything with that bed over there because there is still, what are they? Loofahs. There's still some loofahs here, so there's, was that 3 right there? There's a good sized one on the inside and this one right here, so I'm hoping we can actually get some loofahs. And actually, if you look way back in there, you can see there's still tomatoes growing. Probably not enough sun for them to ripen up at this point, but that's pretty much the only thing in here. There is technically a pepper plant. Oh my goodness, I might actually get a pepper. There is a bloom. This thing hasn't done anything all season, and now that summer's over, it wants to get a bloom. So I'll leave this stuff for a little while. Oh, and another loofah right there. And see what happens before we clean it out. And once we get this one cleaned out, we're going to be putting it right there. So thanks for watching. If you have any tips for fall cleanup, leave them down in the comments below. This is really my first time preparing my beds for fall. Again, the last step here for me is just going to be to add leaf mulch on the top of all the beds and see how it goes.